welcome to Let's Talk Real Talk by Cheryl Preston. But before we get started, please do me a favor. I need for you guys to hit like, which is thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, put your notification bell on. Hit subscribe, which is the red button, if it's red. Okay, and make sure you drop a comment. And you also can give me a topic that we can talk about. But I'm here to bring some more bad news. I try to keep you all up to date because I had someone to tell me they don't have cable and they really don't watch TV because they're always at work. Thank you, Jackie. So anyway, what I want to tell you guys is that it's horrible when you have children in your home and you can't trust them, or kids bring death to the home and they're not knowing what they're getting into. And I always try to tell parents, no, my kids are not perfect. I always put me in that category. I am not exempt. My kids are not perfect. No, they're not. Hell no, they're not. But I'm a mother that stay in that ass, okay? Because they know I'm not going to play. But anyway, I want to talk to you all about a father. A father, I'm trying to open this up on my computer. A father that was gunned down. Their stepfather was gunned down during an argument with two men outside his home in Crosby, the deputy said. And the thing is that he had a 16 and 17-year-old daughter. Now, their daughter went out, I guess, with their friends, and this happened at 11 p.m. on Sunday night, 11 p.m. on Sunday night. And he was a 48-year-old man that was shot multiple times, by, I guess, associates or friends of his children. I mean, this is what I'm hearing, but they said that the children are cooperating and his wife was inside the house when this happened. And there were other standbys around when this happened. So, and they kind of got some surveillance cameras with some footage. But people, this is terrible. That's how come I always say, watch who your children hang around. Pay attention to who your kids bring to your home, which my children know. Don't bring nobody to my house. I don't even like family over. If it ain't my own children and my grandchildren, don't come. My sisters, my brothers, yes. Outside of that, cousins and all that, don't come. Don't come, because I'm not coming to yours. So I'm just that away to whereas you have to people, you have to be very careful about who your family hang around and who they bring to your house and where these kids going. I just hate the fact that they took away Spare the Rod, because a lot of these children these days are off the chain because they say you can't whip your kids, you can't beat their ass. I'm going to beat that ass. That's where I'm at. I'm going to chastise mine. Because if I don't chastise mine, guess what? The police, the white man, the black man, whoever gets them incarcerated, going to chastise them. So I think they would rather get chastised by me. Then again, I don't know. But I want to play this for you all because it's very sad. And I want to send my deepest condolence to the family because that's a hurtful thing. And then I'm quite sure those children, those stepchildren, should feel horrible. Really bad. But let me play this for you guys. And let me get this and play this. And
a stepfather in Crosby is dead after allegedly being shot by two men who brought his teenage stepdaughters home. Now, we've been out at that scene since early this morning. ABC 13 reporter Charlie Etzedy is still there live. Charlie, I know you had a chance to talk to investigators. And at this point, do they believe the dead knew the shooter?
Yeah, Melanie, they do. And so what we've learned from HCSO investigators who moved out of this neighborhood a couple of hours ago, but they were out here investigating for several hours overnight, they tell us that they believe the two men involved in this shooting knew the stepfather and that there apparently had been some ongoing conflict between the group of men before the shooting that ultimately led up to the stepfather getting shot and then killed. And so here are the details that investigators shared with us earlier this morning. They say that the victim in this case, they've identified him as 48-year-old Kevin Adams. We don't have much information beyond the name and the age of the victim, but we've also learned the men involved in the shooting are friends of the stepdad's teenage stepdaughters. Now, we don't have ages on either of these men, so it's unclear if they themselves are teenagers as well or if they are older. But the teens and the men came to the home last night in a white Impala sometime before 11:30. Now, the stepdad came outside the house, and that's when investigators say a confrontation started in the middle of the street. Now, things turned physical with one of the men, and at one point, the other man ended up shooting the stepdad. Now, multiple shots were fired, and the stepdad was hit. First responders did respond out here to the neighborhood, and the stepdad was taken by life flight to the hospital where he sadly died. So the two men, after the shooting happened, got back into that white Impala and drove off, but investigators say there were plenty of witnesses who saw everything that happened.
The complainant's wife was inside and witnessed it. We also had several individuals on the street that were outside at the time that witnessed it. So as of right now, we're just mainly working on identifying those suspects.
So the teenage girls are cooperating with this investigation. And earlier this morning, we saw several detectives out here in the neighborhood going door to door, trying to knock and talk to neighbors, see if they maybe saw anything or had surveillance footage. And so we've also learned, too, that some of the neighbors out here, they say that the family where this all happened, the family of the victim, they actually just recently moved here to the neighborhood. So a lot of people around here don't even really know them or anything about them. So Melanie, of course, will continue to check in with HCSO with this investigation, but that's the latest details we have so far, and we'll continue to keep you updated right here on ABC 13. But for now, we're live from Crosby. Charlie Ed City, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much. So I understand those two men still on the loose, but police have a really good idea of who they are, I would imagine.
Yeah, they see, the teenage stepdaughter seemed to know who these men are. But one detail from investigators overnight is that it doesn't sound like they actually have names for anybody, that they're going off of Instagram usernames, something like that. So investigators obviously trying to get to the bottom of this and locate both of those men who they say were involved in this shooting.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much. Great job. We appreciate it.
Do you all see this? Apparently the teenage daughters knew these guys. Now, do you understand why I say that's my personal opinion? Why I say that you should check who all your friends are, your children friends are, and who you allow to come to your house, and tell your kids, hell no, nobody can drop you off here. I don't want nobody to know where I stay. No, nobody come. Because you come to my house, you get in the business. I'm going to exercise my second right. Because I don't want nobody here at my house other than my immediate family. My kids, my grandkids, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brothers. Other than that, don't come. See how stuff happen? Not saying nothing can happen amongst your own children, because I just did a story on another killing where a brother killed another brother a few days ago. But this is awfully horrible, and I send my deepest condolences to the family. But people, pay attention. Please pay attention to your children and their surrounding. And if you can't handle them, go on and send them up the road. I'm looking now where they have job corps for children. Kids that you can't handle and you can't make them stay in the house or go do something positive. Send them to Job Corps. That's what I would do. It's just pathetic. But anyway, I have to tell y'all about another story that's really bad that happened not far from my home. not far from my home. And it's in Pasadena, Texas, which is not even 30 minutes, 10, 15 minutes away from my home. And I want y'all to hear this because I'm in Deer Park. So listen at what happened. These men kidnapped a woman, put her into a trunk of a car, and they was armed here in Pasadena, Texas. Pasadena, Texas. That is terrible. And I want you all to hear this. The woman's body was found abandoned in a vehicle in Pasadena, Texas. Police believe she was seen early Monday doing a kidnapping at gunpoint. Pasadena police confirmed that there was an investigation by Barry Stage Yard, in the southeast Houston, where a suburban with a body was located. Houston police tweeted that they were assigned in a ongoing investigation at the 5200 block Fitter Crest, which is nearby McCarkawa and the South Loop. That is so sad. I was just over that way that other day, picking up people for our golf tournament. This is terrible. But I want to play this here because that's not too far from Red Bluff and all that. I mean, man found a woman and forced a woman into the vehicle at gunpoint at the 3800 block of Red Bluff in Pasadena, Texas. Wow. But let me play this so you all can see it and tell me your personal opinion, what you all think about this, because that's why women, you should carry a weapon. Scream, holler, do whatever you can. Never go by yourself. Always go in a group. Carry your gun, knife. Never go empty-handed. Nowhere. What I say, nowhere? Nowhere. So let me play this because this is ridiculous. I'm letting this commercial play first, okay? Because I had a commercial playing, and I'm trying to get y'all through this without the commercial going. So y'all just take your dog, take your cat, and here you go.
Found dead in southeast Houston after investigators say she was kidnapped in Pasadena. This map shows you the scene we're talking about. The victim was found dead in a car on Cedar Crest earlier this evening. We've since learned investigators say someone saw her get kidnapped in Red Bluff in Pasadena. Let's go now to Brianna Connor for the latest.
Video from Sky Eye shows where a woman's SUV and her body were dumped on Monday. Someone pulled into bushes and high grass at the edge of a large lot used to store concrete highway barriers right across the street from a neighborhood in the Mayfair community.
My kids play in the night, in the day, in the afternoon. No, as if the first time happened this.
However, Pasadena police say this is not the first time they've responded to a report of violence between the victim and her ex-boyfriend.
There have been a couple of other reports of disturbances, domestic violence instances within the last few weeks. So this was rapidly evolving. Those were still under investigation. Unfortunately, charges hadn't been accepted yet on any of those cases, and unfortunately, we're here today.
Just 3 days into Domestic Violence Awareness Month, a family possibly already dealing with the deadly consequences. The victim's ex is a suspect in her kidnapping and a person of interest in her murder.
This is a sad situation for the entire family and for our community. Losing a domestic violence victim is something that is very difficult for all of us to try to cope with.
Police are expected to identify the suspect in this situation once the district attorney's office accepts the charges against him. They believe he is dangerous and may still have a gun. In Houston, I'm Brianna Connor, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Now, did y'all hear that? This was her child's father. Shot and killed her. If you all are in abusive relationship, I know it's hard to get out of. I'm not just telling you just run and go and leave like that and they just shoot you right there. Sneak, get help. Order a pizza. Dial 911. There's a lot of things. Let your friends know. Let your families know. And families, I wish like hell you all would stop saying that you don't care. That's not your business. You're not going to get shot for them. Okay, you rather try to help them and save their life by putting the police into their life and getting them to a safe haven, somewhere where they're in a shelter, somewhere in a safe haven. Because that baby has to grow up without a mother now. And you think that's right? Maybe you're the one that's going to have to take care of that child. And then you don't know what kind of problems that child going to have. How that's going to affect that child. People, please. And you guys that's out here killing these women. What's wrong up here? When a woman say no, it's over with. I don't know what the case may have been. But if that's the case, 99.9 of the time, this is me saying now, that's the reason y'all can't take the word no. I don't want to be with you. You were born by your goddamn selves. Okay? You were born by yourself. You're going to die by yourself. So why do you want to take somebody out? You was too big of a coward to kill your own self? That's what y'all should do. Instead of going around killing the women because they don't want you or raping somebody or taking, do it to yourself. Do it to yourself. Take your own self out or go get some mental help. Because now you hurting another family. That family is hurting, and I send my deepest condolences to that family. But I also feel bad for your family because they got to deal with you if they care anything about you. Most of the time, some parents don't even care anything about their children that's behaving like that because they've already had problems and issues. So they just throw them away to the wolves or give them back to the Lord and say, Lord, you handle it your way. Let your will be done. I wish our men and women get it together. There's no perfect relationship. No, there is not. I, too, have been in a situation when my children was babies when they were little. But I got out of that. I wasn't going to do that. No. So please, drop a comment. Share with a friend. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like nothing I'm saying. But share this with a friend. Okay? Drop a comment and give me a topic to talk about. And if you got some news, breaking news, you want me to cover for you, I'll do that as well. I'll interview you and let you tell your side of the story. Because there is two sides of the story, which I tell people because I'm an author. There's three sides. You had the front page, the back page of the book, and you got all the middle. So a lot of people don't know all the story. And I get that. I get that. Because I, too, am an author. So 3 books, okay? Working on the 4th one. And also a play. So get it together. But I love you all. Nothing you can do about it. And people that don't like what I have to say here on my page, whoop, you're welcome to tear that ass. Have a blessed day. Good night. Bye-bye.